What's going on, wrestling family? Welcome back to the channel. So someone requested that I do some fantasy booking for the storyline between Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton. So here we are. And I think I have a way that they can perfectly-ish build this whole thing going up into SummerSlam, although we only have 2 weeks left until the PLE. And I think I found out a way that they can perfectly book it after the fact. So what I want to do is start off with the Friday Night SmackDown that happened last week following Money in the Bank. And what we saw there is Tiffany Stratton came out to help Nia Jax attack Bayley. Tiffany Stratton takes the Money in the Bank briefcase, hits Bayley over the top of the head, knocks her out cold, and then you see Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton standing there, standing tall. Now, as Nia Jax is walking out the ring, you see Tiffany Stratton looking at the briefcase, thinking to herself, it is time to cash this bad boy in. She walks over to the referee, and she has the briefcase within inches of the referee's hands, but then Nia Jax walking in between them and basically looks at Tiffany Stratton like, bro, what are you doing? Get that briefcase out of here. Back it on up. Let's go to gorilla position. And that pretty much shows us that Nia Jax is pretty much going to be bullying Tiffany Stratton to make sure she don't cash it in, to make sure that she doesn't ruin a moment from her or take something from her before she gets an opportunity to do it at SummerSlam. And I'm talking about Nia Jax. Now, one thing that happened there that a lot of people thought was going to be a little bit different is the color of the briefcase that Tiffany Stratton had on Friday Night SmackDown. Now, just like most people, I did believe it would be a great idea for that briefcase to be pink, just for marketing purposes and for money. I mean, can you imagine how many of those briefcases will sell? Put a little bedazzle on there, make some miniature briefcases for little girls, put them in retail stores, make Money in the Bank briefcase bracelets, earrings, it will sell like crazy, especially for Tiffany Stratton, but it didn't happen. That's not a big deal. But I think they can still implement that color of that briefcase where it makes sense in the storyline, and I'm about to explain to you how they should do it right now. Now, this Friday on SmackDown coming out, you should have it where Bayley has a one-on-one match with somebody, of course, a non-title match, and I'm not sure who she should face, but she, of course, should win that match. Now, after she wins that match, and she puts her hands in the air with the referee, you can have Nia Jax come into the ring and attack her, knock her out cold once again because she's a heel. Now, you can have Tiffany Stratton run down the ramp with the briefcase, slide into the ring, and then Nia Jax looks at the briefcase, looks at Tiffany Stratton like, what are you doing? Get that briefcase, get on out of here. Basically bullying her one more time. And now on the Friday Night SmackDown at the Go Home show going into SummerSlam, at the beginning of the show, you can have Bayley talk to Tiffany Stratton backstage, basically telling her, you would make a great champion. If I were you and I had the briefcase, I would cash it in when I have the opportunity. I mean, Nia Jax is trying to control you. She's not a great person. She's had a bad history with people. That's why a lot of people don't like her. So why should you trust her? Just think about it and then just figure out what you should do next. You deserve a whole lot better. And in Bayley's mind, she's just trying to free her from being bullied and trying to make her unlock her potential. Now, what you can have is around the corner, you can have Nia Jax eavesdropping, hearing the entire conversation, which will motivate her conversation with Tiffany Stratton later on in the show, where she tells Tiffany Stratton, hey, you know what? I know a lot of people don't like me. I know a lot of people don't want to be around me because of things I did in the past, but I am a new person. I turned a new leaf. And the reason why I'm around you so much is because I consider you my best friend. I don't have anybody, and the only thing I have is you and this opportunity to get this title so I can prove to myself that I can do something important in my life. And then Tiffany Stratton could be a little flattered by the whole thing and feel like, oh, wow, she is a really genuine person. Maybe I should give her an opportunity. And then Nia Jax can say, hey, as my best friend, can you do me a favor? At SummerSlam, can you stay away from the ringside? Because I want to prove to myself that I can beat Bayley one-on-one without any outside interference, without anyone being around the ring. And if I lose that match, you can go in, cash in your briefcase, and take it from her, because I would rather you have it than for her to have it back if I lose that match. Now, Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax makes this deal, and then we proceed to go into SummerSlam. Now, at SummerSlam, I definitely think that Nia Jax should win that title off of Bayley. I don't know if Tiffany Stratton should come in anyways and interfere to help Nia Jax. I think that would help to kind of protect Bayley, but even if Nia Jax does win clean, I think what should happen at the end of the day is you should have Nia Jax win the match, sitting in the corner on the turnbuckle, basically worn out and tired from having a gruesome match with Bayley. Tiffany Stratton comes out, or if she's already out there, she can slide into the ring with the briefcase. She's looking at the referee. The crowd, of course, is going to say, cash it in. She's looking at the referee. She's looking at Nia Jax. She's looking at the referee. She looks back at Nia Jax, and then she walks over to Nia Jax, helps her up, gives her a big hug to congratulate her, and then hands her the title, and they both walk out of the ring. Now, On a SmackDown following SummerSlam, what can happen is you can have Nia Jax in the beginning of the show. You can see her walking out of Tiffany Stratton's room. She's holding some type of box or something like that. Now, Tiffany Stratton is walking around and she's like, I left my briefcase in this room for a quick second. I can't find it. I don't know who took it. Has anybody seen it? I haven't seen Nia Jax all day. And then you can have Bayley enter it, or you can have Naomi come around again, being kind of like the voice of reason, even though they have a beef. She can say, well, I saw Nia Jax walk out with the briefcase. I seen it with her earlier. Tiffany Stratton is like, that's my best friend. There's no reason why she would take that from me, why she would take it. And Naomi or Bayley, whichever one they choose, can basically say, well, she's taking it because she doesn't want you to see you as champion. Bayley tried to tell you this last week. She doesn't have any great intentions. She turns and does things wrong to everybody that she gets the opportunity to. Why are you surprised? And now at this point, Tiffany Stratton is starting to question the friendship because she's like, it doesn't make any sense for her to take that briefcase from me. I thought we were friends. I thought she wanted to see me be successful. And now she's starting to think that Nia Jax is playing games with her and is trying to manipulate her. Later on in the show, what they can absolutely do is Nia Jax can finally show up and Tiffany Stratton can approach her and say, did you take my briefcase? And Nia Jax can walk up to her and say, hey, I took your briefcase. I did. And then Tiffany Stratton is like, why? And Nia Jax can say, because I needed to. And the fans and everybody can believe that she took this briefcase because she doesn't want anything to happen. She doesn't want to lose her title. She doesn't want to see Tiffany Stratton successful. But you can see Nia Jax take off this box, hand it over to Tiffany Stratton. She's like, here it is. Tiffany Stratton sits down, opens up the box, and it's the Money in the Bank briefcase, but it's in pink. It's a brand new pink Money in the Bank briefcase with a little bedazzle on it. And Nia Jax can say, I did this for you because I wanted this to be a token of our friendship, because I know you had an opportunity to cash it in on me on Sunday or Saturday, sorry, and you didn't. But because you're important to me, I thought you would love this briefcase. And Tiffany Stratton could look at it like, wow, she actually is my friend. We're actually good friends. I can't believe this. And you can play into this whole storyline where, Nia Jax is manipulating Tiffany Stratton like the Money in the Bank briefcase. Her having that is just as good as her having the championship, which we all know as wrestling fans, that's not the case. We know that's not the case. The briefcase and have the title is two different things. And they can have this whole friendship thing play out. They can have tag team matches and things like that, one-on-one matches where they help each other out. And then later on down the line, where it seems like it's a normal, peaceful friendship, you can have it at one point or another, to where Nia Jax is starting to get paranoid. She's starting to get tired of seeing Tiffany Stratton get all this attention and people trying to tell her that she should cash it in. And then Nia Jax should be the person to eventually injure Tiffany Stratton to make sure she's not anywhere in attendance at whatever the PLE is that she's going to defend that title. Now, what can happen there is Nia Jax can definitely win that match again after a long, gruesome match. You can have Tiffany Stratton still show up even though she's injured and still cash it in on Nia Jax to grab that title, and then Nia can attack her one more time to try to put her out, and then that can form into their new feud against one another. And I think that will create a great storytelling. I think it'll be great for Tiffany Stratton to become kind of like a face. I mean, it can make her a tweener, but definitely be a face in this entire situation where Nia Jax is definitely the heel. But what do you guys think about that whole thing? I didn't think too much past that, but I thought that would be a great start. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Salute, peace, have a good day.